Have you ever started a story not knowing where it's going to take you by the end of it, and you feel a lot older by the time you reach the end? Maybe even lonely or sad or depressed? Like a piece of your life was absorbed by this story, and even if it's just a short time you've known these characters or setting, it turns out to be a heavy investment. The good stories are the ones that can move you in such a way, and the great stories are the ones that stick with you long after they've been told. Today, I want to talk about an anime that contains masterful storytelling that has gone largely unnoticed since it aired in 2021. Link Click. This story is set in modern day China, with our protagonists Liu and Cheng, who work in a photo studio where they use their powers to fulfill clients' requests of going into their past and changing their experiences to appease their life's regrets. The way this series handles time travel is under the conditions that Liu can see the experiences of the person who took a photo, and Cheng can dive into the past to become the photographer. Under Liu's guidance, they can fulfill the request by spending 12 hours in the past with only one chance per photo to find what their client is looking for, and not touching anything else for the sake of altering the future. I'm sure you can see how this plot premise can lead to a great episodic adventure where you can get 20 minutes to learn about a new character through their biggest regrets in life and learning how it's affected them going forward. Working in such a short window to get an entire episodic narrative off having you attached to somebody you just met is the sign of masterful storytelling. There is a 3-episode arc involving the same jump back that involves 3 regrets a man had, all on the same day. And by the end of that 3-episode arc, if I learned anything, then it's gotta be that Link Click should not be allowed to make an entire 12-episode series about the same characters. The world is just not ready for that yet. I was instantly connected to these characters' pasts and was able to understand why they had their regrets, what it had cost them as they grew older, and seeing the emotional impact that they had tried to avoid that led to the regrets in the first place. Without spoiling, there's another episode about a very successful ramen producer who wanted to find out what the secret ingredient her college friend and roommate used when she made ramen for her. She's hoping to use this information to expand her company's prestige further, but this is Link Click, so she can't find out what this ingredient is without going on an emotional, heartwarming journey in the process, and by the end of the episode, you forgot what the client's original goal was with the request. In the beginning, you're on a quest to take back what was yours, and by the end, you realize that because of your actions, you missed out on something way more valuable. These lessons are also learned in the show by the characters, and you get the relief of watching them make their journey home with tears in their eyes that might also bring some to yours as well. What further aids the show, in my opinion, is the art style. It's warm and gentle and has detailed backgrounds for a wide variety of settings throughout the show. And when there is some action, the animation quality doesn't dip at all. This is not an action series by any means, but the fact that they can switch gears so quickly from a suspenseful situation that has been building and then leaping into action without hesitation to bring it back down and go into a happily ever after ending, only for the question mark to appear right after it, and now you're thinking that the ending might not be as happy as the characters intended. Something that shouldn't be understated as well is the power system in the series. I really like the premise that they use in order to time travel, where it's a tandem effort with very strict stipulations. That is, at least, at the beginning of the series. As it progresses, we see them tread the line on spending 12 hours in the past or messing with unrelated events. These rules are personal and not absolute, which makes me wonder how much they'll break in their second season, which was announced for 2023. And that's also only if the second season is anywhere close to what was the first season, as it seemed kind of tame, and the promotional video for season 2 is a little more out there and a little on the edge, I would say, of what my idea of Link Click is. What starts out as an adventure of the day vibe quickly develops into a cohesive, overarching narrative where everything that happens ends up mattering by the end of the first season. The ending of the first season connects all prior episodes and sets up season 2, which looks different again, but still nonetheless exhilarating. And speaking of the ends, the ending is a bop and a half.
You should really stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it like mine overclouded.
And so far, it's the only song that I've played that caused my neighbor to bang on the wall to indicate that I should crank it up because they couldn't hear it well enough. Either they stopped banging on the wall or I couldn't hear him anymore. That being said, the opening, which was redone in English for the English dub, is even better. I think I mentioned something about making an anime opening tier list soon. Anyways, you can watch this masterwork over on Crunchyroll, dubbed in English, where they've done a fantastic job dubbing the show that originally aired in Chinese. Trust me when I say that the English voice actors absolutely kill it. The amount of emotion they bring when playing these characters moved me in a way that few other anime have ever come close to doing. The stories that are told in Link Click are deep, but not so deep that you're left wondering about the significance, and it's not really a show that's trying to teach you anything. It's just depicting life and how things change as we get older. The meaningful interactions with the people you have in your life right now might not be available in the future for one reason or another. This anime is a wonderful reminder to make the most of your time with those that you care about, so you should ask them if they want to watch Link Click with you. Whether you're watching it solo or with somebody else or with a group of friends, you should do yourself a favor and add this to the top of your lists as the next series that you should watch so you can be on the early train for season 2 when it airs. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it or your thoughts on the anime once you watch it. I'll be back next time with Winter 2023 anime review, so get Link Click in now before your list gets any longer.